Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Exploring Attractions. My name is Scott.
I'm Savannah.
And today brings us to the Wildlife World Zoo and Aquarium and Safari Park. We're here in about like 20 minutes outside of Phoenix, I would say. The cool thing about this is the ride.
They have a log ride and then I'm pretty sure like a little roller coaster
Yeah.
of some sort.
We don't know if the roller coaster is going to be open today, but for sure the log ride will be open. And the log ride's pretty unique because it actually goes through an aquarium where you can see different fishies and whatnot. I want to say a huge shout out to the PR team for having us out today. Really appreciate it. But let's go inside, go check out this very unique Wildlife World Zoo. We just picked up our map and it's a pretty big place. So they did say that the coaster is indeed not open. We'll still show you because we can still go back there. It's right in the corner. The log ride, you're greeted with the log ride as soon as you walk in. Here's a look at it right here, and there's the drop. Looks like a pretty intense log ride. This is a cool little area that it's set up in. Like really neat, and then it's gonna come loop around right here. Oh yeah, there it is. It's a little standard log ride boat. You can kind of see right where it goes into the actual aquarium area, right over there to the left. And of course, it's the perfect time for a log ride since we are in Arizona and it's extremely hot. So it won't feel bad to cool down at all. Plus, if we get all wet, then we'll be able to dry off since it's like 90 degrees outside. Here we go. Just Savannah and I on the log ride. Now, obviously it didn't look that wet with nobody in the boat, so we'll see how it is with us in the boat. Yeah, here we go. On the indoor section, there's an alligator. Or a crocodile, whatever. Wow. This is so neat. Oh look, here we go into the actual aquarium part. My hair's probably a mess right now, but I went on again. And it's not even like a drop right away. You go in this little straight path, and then you drop. Like right now. Woohoo! Oh wow, I got way more wet that time because I didn't have Savannah blocking me, and the wave just like flew right onto me. Wow.
Definitely get way more wet than what it looks like.
And you know what I realized on the second time? When you're sitting there for a while in like the, little pond area, the water's just splashing you. Like it's not even going over, it's just splashing you. But like I was telling them when I was riding it, like I'm already almost dry because of this heat. I know. Which is nice.
I'm just waiting for you, I'm already drying up.
Oh look, you can actually see the backside of the log ride where you come out of the aquarium in the aquarium area. That's pretty cool, so you can see a good view of everything. There's no clear-cut view of the drop, but you can see the rest of the attraction, which is pretty neat. But now let's go discover what the rest of the Wildlife World Zoo has to offer, and we'll slowly make our way to the roller coaster in the back of the park. So I got us some change so we can feed the animals because there's plenty of animal feeding experiences here. So you want to make sure you bring cash and quarters if you want to feed the animals. First animal feeding experience that we're going to do, of course, is the petting zoo with all the different goats. You need quarters for that one, the koi pond, and the giraffe feeding. Goats are surrounding Savannah. She has the food. Oh my goodness. Look at them all go. Jeez. Here, look up at me, look up at me, look up at me. Goat content. Hello. Hello. Hey, why are you pushing me? Let me do chin scratchies, okay? Hey. You biting out of my pocket? Is that what you're doing, huh? He's biting out of my pocket. Whoa, you like the camera? It's expensive camera. Oh my goodness, he's biting on the camera. And also over here by the petting zoo, you get another look at that drop from the log ride. And there are those little water cannons I was talking about that spray on top of you. That was probably the best feeding experience I've ever had. Oh, there's your peafowl that you're looking for. Yes. Or a peacock. Savannah's been looking all over the place for a peafowl and a peacock here because I feel like they're common at every zoo. There they are, the legendary peacock guarding a bench. The supreme ruler of the bench. So I think we've come to the conclusion that this place is overrun with peacocks and peafowls. This is their home. And there are tons of them. And there's also little baby ones too. I caught on my phone camera vertically because they're behind one of the exhibits here, but there's little baby ones.
Peacocks are referred to as males, and then there's peahens, which are women, but like all together, like referring to like the species or whatever, they're peafowls.
So you learn something new every day. We've discovered some wild wallabies here. There's one hopping around. We're actually in the load station for another attraction that they got here. Look at the little baby one. He's so cute. He was just cleaning himself with his little paws. I'm pretty sure they have some form of boat ride here, but obviously it's closed right now. You can tell by the color of the water, but there are people working on the actual like boat. Like it's in the station, they're working on it. So I'm assuming they have a boat right here. I made a quick stop in the reptile house, but there's not reptiles in here. Instead, there's toucanettes. Oh, hello. Just peeking through. They're pretty active. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Chasing each other. Oh, so it wasn't just the reptile house, it was the Tropics of the World Reptile Exhibit. That's why there are different non-reptiles in there. I gotta say, I'm already impressed with the zoo. We've only been here for about an hour and only seen like not even half the park yet. I mean, look at how pretty everything is here. Like, look at this nice little walkway with more ducks. The tigers are right behind us. And this is really pretty. I will say, even though it's hot outside, they do have different places that you can just relax in the shade, so you don't have to be standing in the sun the entire time, but definitely bring water. We just walked super far away from this area and I had to just run back because I didn't realize they have white tigers here, and I think I see it. So I have to go get video proof for Savannah. In case you guys didn't know the significance in that, I've talked about it in other zoo vlogs, but one of my favorite animals are white tigers. And I used to see them all the time as a kid when they had them in Vegas. Actually, they do still have them there, but they're slowly gonna phase them out because Hard Rock's taking over, but that's why I had to go see the white tiger that they had here at Wildlife World. So not only do they have white tigers, which I love, they have a fennec fox, which we saw earlier, which I love. They also have a capybara outlook, a bunch of capybaras, which is really neat. That's right across from the roller coaster, which we're almost to.
We came in through here, and we're barely right here.
Jeez. So all the way up here is like the coaster and the capybaras, and then we still have all the safari park to do. And the aquarium. Like these little caimans right here. There's a whole bunch of them, but this guy is just getting some sunlight because they are in a shaded area over here, so he needs some light. And then of course right behind is a massive crocodile. Halfway in the water and then his head's poking out. This guy's huge. So I was enjoying this area. I was like, this is a really neatly themed up exhibit. And then I saw my biggest fear ever, which are snakes, way back there, and that is the biggest snake I've ever seen at any zoo. That dude is huge. He's a green anaconda. We just came from that area over there. That's called Dragon World, so that's where you can find even more reptiles. You see the giant green anaconda and that giant crocodile. Now into Adventureland, where we'll find all the adventures, including the roller coaster.
Feels like we're in a movie.
Does that? Feels like we're in like a, you know what this kind of reminds me of is those Nope sets at Universal. I feel like that's the vibes that it's giving right now. So I'm assuming, and just from what the PR team was telling us, that they have all these rides like in the back Adventureland closed during the hot time. In the winter time and fall, it's a little bit cooler, they have it open, because this area is probably the least amount of covered area in the entire park. So it's hot outside and nobody really comes back in this area. So there's not a lot of foot traffic even on a weekend, which makes sense. But yeah, you got some tall swings right here. Could I interest all y'all in some bison zen though? And there's a baby one way over there. We've finally made it to the llama family coaster. Coincidentally, there's llamas right next to us, but this is at the very back corner of the park. You can see it from the freeway. This actually looks pretty intense for a family coaster. Oh my goodness, they have llamas in the middle of the coaster. That's fun. Man, it's a bummer we don't get to ride this. I'd like to get this credit, but at least I got the log ride credit. This looks like a whole lot of fun though. Definitely have to come back in the winter time, especially when the Mattel theme park opens up next year. We'll come back and ride this just so we can get the credit. This is a really neat little family coaster at a zoo. Very unique. Give you guys kind of an up close look at the little family trains here. You know, even though we can't ride it, at least we can come up to the station and see the trains and the track. I completely forgot. I was so focused on the roller coaster that there's a Cappy outlook over here. Wow, this is the literal best capybara exhibit that we've seen at any zoo. There's 4 of them. Well, there's a total of like 6, and they're all eating oranges, and all the birds around them are eating. And obviously this nice outlook that you can just chill here in the shade. There's nobody over here because this is, like I said, the more empty area in the park since there's no shade. But right here is probably the nicest shaded spot with the view of the capybaras. Savannah even said I should have proposed right here and not as a botanical gardens, but you know, I didn't know this existed. We could just redo it all again. Not only is this overlook great for shade and watching capybaras, but you also get a great shot of the coaster. It actually goes through the building too. Just like the log ride goes through the building, you can see some of the monkeys in this building from the coaster. Wow. All right, we've come up with a new plan. Since we still have the entire safari park to do, we're gonna go catch the sky ride and take it to the front and then start from over there since we are so tired. And on top of everything, you know this place has got to have a zip line. So if you're looking for the full theme park / zoo experience, you know, obviously there's Animal Kingdom and Disney World, but this is the place to be. Here we go, we're going on the sky ride now, taking it to the front of the park since Savannah and I are both tired of walking. We have even more walking to do over on the safari park side. One really neat thing about this sky ride is that the majority of the zoo sky rides, you can see a couple animals, but on this one you can see all the animals. Like, you go over the animal areas, and might I say, since this place is so big, I can see why it's so big. Most of the animal enclosures that we've seen have been very large for them to roam around, which is nice. Like, these deer looking things with giant horns have such a big space. We're going over where I was talking about, that little boat ride that I think that they have, but judging by the water, it looks like it hasn't been open for quite some time. So I mean, this is cool if they, like, it actually operates during the winter, or I don't know if it's just been down forever, but cool little thing that they got here. Looks like Savannah and I's plans were soiled because this is a whole round trip sky ride. It literally turns. So here's the front of the park. Petting Zoo is right behind that train, and we're about to turn and go back, which it's fine because we've been in the shade and we've been sitting down and enjoying this. Oh no, the zip line ends. What are we gonna do? We're gonna make a big turn right now, and there we go. Whee! My feet are touching the bushes. Now that we're off the sky ride, we came over here to the giraffe feeding station. One of them, because there's 3 different ones, you can use your quarters to feed the giraffes pellets. Looks like only one's hungry right over here right now. And one of the last rides we're going to do today is the Safari Tram, which are these little carts that takes you around a little safari passage.
So that they can conserve water, and it's perfectly normal for them. That's not normal for us. If we're not sweating, we're going to want to hurry and get to the doctors.
There's a lot of the walking area over here.
They're also
Very big
destructive
safari.
relationship that they have with the mongoose family. Warthogs are not able to self-groom themselves, so they're going to end up with insects on them, such as ticks. If there happens to be a mongoose family nearby, they will go and lay down next to them and allow them to eat all those ticks for them.
So, if you don't want to walk the safari park, ride the tram. It's included in the all-day ride pass, but you can also like purchase it separately. You literally see the entire safari park while riding the little tram. And it was a fun little tram. So much useful information from the employee. It was a lot of fun. To wrap up our day, we did do the Lori parrot feeding, and I filmed it on my phone, so I'll put some clips up, but they do it during certain times for about 15 minutes. And let me tell you, these lorikeets are hungry. There's one that kept attacking Savannah, like jumping on her. Before we headed out, we did check out some of the aquarium buildings, and there are, I think, 5 total aquarium buildings, massive aquariums. We saw some otters playing around. There's some stingrays. There's some scary eels. And of course, you have to have the African penguins too. There are tons of different sea life that you can see in these 5 aquarium buildings. And of course, the best part about it is it's a lot cooler inside than it is on the outside. But we're hot, we're tired, so we are headed home. This was a great trip here to the Wildlife World Zoo plus aquarium. Did you have a fun time?
Yeah, probably my top zoo location.
Yeah. I mean, they had a good diversity of animals and just tons and tons of stuff to do.
It's huge. Like,
Yeah.
this is definitely like an all day.
Yeah, plan to be sitting a lot and drinking water.
And buy a rideable.
Yes, because there's little ECV scooters that everyone can ride. They're themed up to animals. But anyways, huge shout out to the zoo for having us out. If you're new here, please subscribe with bell notifications on. Leave this video a like if you did enjoy it. And as always, my name is Scott.
I'm Savannah.
And you've been watching Exploring Attractions. Positivity is key. And most importantly, remember to keep exploring. Peace out, everybody.